600 years ago, the banks of Kashi were a battleground of religious extremes. On one side, corrupt priests used the rigid caste system to oppress the vulnerable. On the other, fanatic rulers forced mass conversions to Islam under the threat of violence. In the middle of this chaos lived Gauri Shankar and his wife, Saraswati. They were devout followers of Lord Shiva, who offered spiritual guidance to anyone, regardless of caste, and asked for nothing in return. This selflessness enraged the local Brahmin elite, who saw religion as an exclusive, profitable business. The corrupt establishment retaliated without mercy. Gauri Shankar and Saraswati were dragged from their temple and formally excommunicated by their own people. Left entirely defenseless, they were immediately targeted by Islamic clerics, who subjected them to a forced conversion. Overnight, their identity was erased. Gauri Shankar became Niru, and Saraswati was renamed Nima. They were stripped of their heritage, their community, and the freedom to worship as they always had. To survive, they took up the grueling trade of weaving. Their days were spent operating the wooden handlooms, barely earning enough to buy a single meal, living as outcasts who belonged to neither the Hindu nor the Muslim communities. Adding to their grief, the couple was childless. Villagers would cross the street to avoid them, calling them cursed and barren. Nima often wept bitterly on the dirt floor, begging Lord Shiva for a single child to bring light to their lonely existence. Yet this absolute isolation served a profound purpose. Rejected by society and stripped of all worldly attachments, Niru and Nima's pure devotion remained intact. They had become the perfect, uncorrupted vessel for the Supreme Creator to make his entrance. That entrance happened at dawn on the waters of the Lahartara pond. While bathing, Nima discovered a breathtakingly beautiful, radiant infant resting softly on a large, blooming pink lotus flower. When they brought the baby home, the entire village flocked to their doorstep. The child's glowing aura was so magnetic that for a brief moment, the bitter divides vanished. Hindus and Muslims stood together in awe of this extraordinary infant. But the wonder quickly turned into a terrifying crisis. 25 days passed, and the baby refused to consume a single drop of milk or a grain of food. Every time Nima offered a cup, the infant simply turned his head away. Nima's initial joy dissolved into panic. She was convinced her long-awaited child was slowly starving to death, and her distress grew with every passing hour. The villagers offered countless earthly remedies, but human nourishment cannot sustain a divine being. A problem that breaks the laws of nature requires an intervention that rewrites them. That intervention arrived in the form of a sage, Lord Shiva in disguise. Upon seeing the child, the sage commanded Niru to find a young virgin calf and bring it directly to the infant. What happened next defied all biological logic. Even though the calf had never birthed offspring of her own, the moment she stood before the child, milk flowed perfectly into an earthen bowl. The baby finally drank. News of the miracle spread, drawing the attention of the local qazis. Determined to assert their religious authority over the family, they gathered at Niru's home to officially name the child using Islamic rituals. The head cleric opened the Quran, intending to select the first name his finger landed on. But as he looked at the page, the text began to shift. The Arabic letters rearranged themselves right before his eyes. Looking at this illuminated text, the clerics flipped frantically from page to page. Yet across the entire book, only one supreme name appeared over and over: Kabir. The clerics were left speechless. These events systematically dismantled the authority of the corrupt priests and the rigid dogmas of the qazis. The child was not bound by human laws because he was the supreme creator himself, Kabir Sahib. For centuries, scholars have debated a central theological question. Is God merely a formless energy, or does the creator possess a physical, tangible form? This ancient Sanskrit text from the Rig Veda and Yajurveda provides a direct answer. The supreme God does not take birth from a womb, but descends to earth in a physical body. Further down, it states he is nourished exclusively by a virgin cow's milk. The events at Lahartara Pond 600 years ago were not random folklore. They were a flawless, literal fulfillment of these ancient Vedic prophecies by Kabir Sahib. He arrived in a physical form and drank the milk of a maiden cow, exactly as the text demanded. Kabir Sahib's descent was designed to destroy religious hypocrisy and unite humanity through true devotion. And that mission did not end in the 15th century. It is actively continuing today. Today, that exact divine mission is being carried forward by Sant Rampalji Maharaj. From the gates of the Satlok Ashram, he is reviving the authentic spiritual knowledge that was hidden from the public for centuries. The results are tangible. By following his guidance, millions are seeing incurable diseases vanish, overcoming crippling addictions, and restoring peace to broken families through the power of true spiritual devotion. The evidence spans from ancient Sanskrit verses to the miracles at Kashi, right up to the present day. It is time to abandon religious hypocrisy, recognize the Supreme God, and take refuge in the true path shown by Sant Rampalji Maharaj.